Welcome, episode 165, joined by Mike Zabbo.
Here I am.
Welcome back, Mike.
Good to be back.
It's a hot one today. Did you take your talcum powder out?
I did a little bit, yeah. It was balmy out there. It's November 10th as of the day we're recording this, and it is steamy here in the Monterey area.
Yeah, I think it's the winter sun. It's maybe a bit closer to Earth.
Yeah, our summer's finally hit. October is usually our summer. I guess it's November now.
Good episode lined up today, don't we?
We have a great episode. Going to talk about some caddy stories, and some interesting going on. I've worked with you a couple of times.
We have, and we're going to expand on something, a mailbag question from a couple of weeks ago that we took some notes on.
Yeah, we got good feedback on, and people want to hear more on what we have to say.
Mailbag questions, and we'll actually finish with shoutouts. We did do it last time, but I forgot a month ago.
We're going to be more structured and actually do the shout-outs this time.
I know. Now sometimes I get flustered here. So.
You do. You know, it was funny. We last episode we kind of talked about. We were talking about the caddy. If he got $500,000, he was going to quit and retire. He's going to make his money sports gambling. So a different caddy. I'm sitting down on the bench the other day. This was actually like 2 days ago. And I am not a college football fan myself, but anytime you hear caddies start talking about locks and bets, you run and you bet the other side, which is what I did. I made a pretty good small fortune. So this caddy's, he's going, this is unbelievable. Oregon's -5. They're playing Iowa. This is a lock. -5. They're going to win by 30. He's telling everybody, he's like, you got to put all your money on Oregon. So what did I do? I loaded up on Iowa, and Marianne, Disneyland is paid for. Here we go.
Job done.
So Oregon did win the game. It was -5. And this caddy was so confident that Oregon was going to cover the spread. He was so confident. So I knew for sure that it was a loser. So I bet Iowa, they were getting 5 points. Oregon ended up winning by 2. Iowa covered the spread. Boom.
Yes.
I think I figured out the key to successful sports betting. You got to go against what any caddy says. If a caddy's betting one side, you bet the other side, you're going to win it.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10.
There's so many guys that we work with. They've all got a system.
They have systems, and they gamble so much. They spend so much money gambling, and they're always like they're working their next loop to pay off their gambling debt. I couldn't live life like that.
Well,
I choose to live by betting against what the caddy's saying. I win every time.
If it's stock market tips or it's gambling tips, they're all over it. But you know what? The following week, they're back on the bench.
Every time.
So,
never fails.
So you got the pleasure of working with me this past week.
Yeah, the week before too, we had I got to see.
Actually,
it's been a while since we actually worked together at length, and we had
you learned anything?
A 1-day job, and then we had I learned what not to do for sure.
And
it's fun. Well, funny we had your boy Robert, and then his 3 sons, and it was fun. And so I'm caddying for his sons Drew
and Ryan.
Drew and Ryan. So. Drew and I were standing, and you say just funny things sometimes, and you're caddying for his other son, Anthony, and we're on the 18th hole at the week course, and you're walking up, and you're trying to, I don't know if you're giving him a pep talk or what you're trying to say to him, but you look at him, and you say, Anthony, you make the easy shots look really hard, and then you kind of like walked away and like ended with, I thought you were going to pump him up, but you make the hard shots look easy, but you didn't say that. You just say, you looked at him, you say, you make the really easy shots look hard, and then Drew and myself looked at each other like, wow, I think he just ended with that. He just walked away like you're really putting your player down, and he looked like a wounded puppy dog. He was like, I don't know what to say to that.
That was probably the influence of their father.
Yeah, true. Oh,
3
God.
days. Have you ever heard so much back chat in your life on a golf course?
He wasn't a very uplifting father. He was even Anthony was his partner all 3 days, and he was putting him down like, you don't have that shot. Just sit in the cart. You're done. Pick it up.
I'd actually mentioned Robert a couple of years ago because I'd met him with his wife, and he's the one where he goes, right, you've had enough. Put it in your pocket. And she's like, Robert, I haven't even teed off yet.
That's about right.
And that's it. That's what he was like.
He's a very impatient man.
I'll tell you that though. He's mellowed. He's definitely
really?
mellowed.
Wow.
Oh, he's definitely mellowed.
Maybe he was more mellow because his boys were around.
Well, he was giving them so much abuse. At the end of it, after 3 days, I was sitting with them, and he was complaining about their etiquette. I says, well, I blame you. You need to teach them.
True.
A lot of beginner golfers, newer golfers, they just don't know. And if they've never been told, how can they learn?
I didn't even say goodbye to the guy. The guy, he left on the 18th hole without finishing the hole. He was so mad, and I was like, is he being serious? Like, it was a little slow in front of us. The last few holes were right. But he was just like, I'm done. I'm going in. And then him and Anthony go in. We're out in the fairway. And I'm like, is he being serious? Is he really mad? And it was like, Ryan's like, yeah, he's really mad. He does not like losing. He's like, honestly, if we had lost this match, I would have been the same way. Because they had a match every day. And the first 2 days, it was pretty tight. They were playing 9-hole matches, but they didn't play an overall, so they each won 1-9 both.
How does that work?
It was very bizarre, the whole thing. And then the last day, we're at the wee course, and it's super blustery. It's blowing like, well, I'd say 50, but it was probably blowing 20, 15, 20. But it was, the forecast was for it to blow crazy and be rain. We didn't get rain out, but right when he saw me, he's like, hey, I just want to let you know we're doing a 2-man scramble. And I just, I was like, yeehaw, game on. And
he hated losing.
But then they were giving us shots in a scramble. They were giving us like 3 shots, and we were like 5 up after 7 holes. It was just... You don't
take shots in a scramble, do you?
You really shouldn't. And I told Ryan Andrew, I was like, maybe we should give away our shots. We're like 5 up here through 8 holes, and they were like, let's do it. And then the dad's like, nope, I'm not going to accept it. And the whole thing was kind of...
Well, they had 2 scorecards going.
They did.
One with the strokes,
and without. And we won both ways. But.
And it was, but he hates losing. As soon as he'd lost, done. I'm finished.
He was over.
I'm not hitting another ball. Okay, tee off in 18. All right, I'll hit a shot in 18. Duffed it. I'm done. I'm gone. And that was it.
It's funny how the levels of wealth that we work with too, because I don't know if you remember this, but on the 17th hole, the match was over on 16. And on the 17th hole, he's like, well, we got nothing to play for. He's like, hey, how about we play $15,000 for this hole, but it's out of your trust fund. And he's like, and then the kid, he was like, well, I don't know if my wife would approve. He's like, it's not your wife's money. That's inherited money. It's not your money. It's 15 grand out of your, what do you say? 15 grand out of your trust fund. He's so he wanted to gamble so bad, and he was gambling with his own money against his son's money he was going to get. Anyways,
I don't know what a trust fund was.
We had to dive into that one. It was a fun loop. It was pretty funny, entertaining. Robert is an entertaining character.
Very, very, very entertaining. Never met anyone so impatient, but I think he's a big softy. To be honest, he's a lot of it's just
big heart. He's got a big heart.
Bravado.
Yes,
all for show.
For sure.
He's a good lad. I met someone recently, probably about 65. I asked him if he was still working. He told me that he had sold his company. I went, no, who'd you sell it to? He said, I sold it to the employees. He said, I could have made a lot more money selling it to private equity or whatever.
Yeah.
But he says, you know what? The first thing they'd have done is half the
Clean
people lose
house,
their job.
Yeah.
He said, so I sold my company to the employees. And he said, yeah, I thought, do you know what? We come across a lot of, wealth and greed and whatever, but
good guys.
Very, very refreshing.
Yeah, very refreshing. Actually, Southwestern Interiors is similar to that. Bill McAdam, who owns the company, he's been retired for a few years, turned it over to Bob, Chris, and Terry, but he like, I've talked to him about it. He's gotten a lot of offers, but he's like, what do I need the money for? He's like, I don't need the money. If I take this offer, these people are going to be out of jobs. I want to make sure they're taken care of. They're running the company proper.
Mm-hmm. Well, when the guy told me, I've sold it, I kind of thought to him,
here you go. Yeah. I sold it for $500 million.
But you can't always judge the book by the cover.
Correct.
And we'll move on to this shortly, but the intuition you have when you first meet people. For example, yesterday I worked with Adam Green. Mm-hmm. Podcast listener.
Great caddy.
Not sure about great caddy. Decent caddy.
He listens,
Adam,
so we'll give him a shout out.
Describe yourself as a great caddy? Probably not. But we are off the bench, and there's 2 young guys, 2 old guys. And he says, well, you choose. I went, I'll go with the old guys.
Of course.
We
know who's paying.
I'm thinking they might play the forward tees. I'm just thinking, whatever. And the interaction, the first few minutes on the tee was fantastic. I thought this is going to be a home run. This will be great. And as the day moved on, I was so wrong. It's usually the other way around.
They pick up and
this is going to be a tough one today.
They started shutting down on you.
No, they were the usual playing a big match.
Got to win this hole. You need your best read.
This shot's really important to me.
Yeah, really important. Yeah.
But the kind of end point for where I kind of tapped out, we got to 15. One of the old boys, who was awful, his mate was very good. This lad was awful. He had his own kind of like toothbrush to clean the clubs. Now I have the mini G.
Yeah, it works like a charm every time.
The Groove It brush, they have the large one, and they also get the mini G. It just fits nicely in the pocket. It fits nicely in the bib.
It's the perfect brush.
And I make a point of cleaning the clubs
every time.
We have a laugh about not doing the basics, but we do. We're decent caddies. And he starts doing it after I've done it, and then he starts doing it to the other player.
The other players
guy I'm caddy for, and I'm just going, hold on a second. He says, "Oh, you got to keep the grooves clean." And I'm thinking, are you trying to justify not paying me?
Yeah,
and it just became very. They were losing. They lost by 5 strokes
because the grooves weren't clean.
But it was miserable. And going up 14, I said to Adam, I says, "Oh mate, I am officially over this one." And he said, "I was never into it."
I never got started.
But he said, he was very proud of us because we had sold it and pretended to care.
That's what you got to do.
But yeah, no, you can't always judge it by the cover. This one it's not often that you think I'm going to have a great one and you have a bad one.
Yeah.
It's typically...
It's not good. It turns out
awful.
Great.
It's going to be really good.
I came across something like that a couple weeks ago, and it's the same thing. It was like I have the Groove It brush, and I clean it after every shot, and then every time I hand him the club, he gets a tee out or his brush, and he brushes it, and I'm like, "Hey man," I'm like, "Are you? What's going on?" I mean, those clubs are perfectly clean. I clean it every single time. He goes, "It's not you, it's me. It's a nervous tick. I need to do this. This is my routine. I'm always going to look at the grooves. I know they're clean, but I'm going to use a tee. I'm going to use my brush." I'm like, "All right, man, do what you got to do." But it's kind of offensive to me as your caddy.
It's actually offensive.
It is offensive
because you're like,
it's like you're saying I'm not doing my job.
Yeah, you just exactly. Yeah. It's a bit like saying like these guys as well. They started questioning the reads from the point of view of,
oh, jeez.
I say inside the right edge, misses it outside right, and he says it didn't break.
Get out of here.
Stop it. Stop. No. You either pushed it or it doesn't break at all, i.e. it was a wrong read. I said inside. Or if you hit it inside right, it went right, which means the read is completely wrong. That's what I mean. Or you're just shitty at putting.
Most people are. Most people are terrible. They can't hit it where they're aiming. So this year, I mean, I don't know how you feel about it, but corporate golf is big out here. Like corporate golf is nonstop all year, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it's been a little slower year. But as of late, there's been more corporate gigs. There's been a lot, and there's just one I had yesterday, and it was a 4 caddy for 4. So when you see lately, they've been sending out the sheets in the morning, and when you see it loaded with 4 caddies, like they don't tell you, it doesn't say the name or anything, but you see there are a bunch of 4 caddies in a row. I'm like, okay, Fat Loop probably out of the shop, corporate. Probably going to get fed, didn't eat breakfast because I knew there was going to be food on the course, and of course there was. Funny enough, the beverage cart comes around first time, and I digress, but the beverage cart comes around the first time, and everybody gets a breakfast sandwich. They're like, "Mike, you want a breakfast sandwich?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll take a breakfast sandwich." And she goes, "Actually, that's the last one." And then the lady goes, "Well, I won't eat mine. You can have it, Mike." I'm like, "I'm not taking your breakfast sandwich." She goes, No, I'm not that hungry. I'll just split it with him. I'm like, okay, I'll take it. And down that breakfast sandwich real quick. But anyways, so, they get on you for pace of play, especially at all the courses now. Yeah. But they got to see when you have 4 caddies in a block like that in a corporate group, you have to realize you have a bunch of rental clubs. These people are going to be very bad at golf. We see a lot of bad golf. These people especially, they're very bad at golf. The 2 other guys, so I have husband and wife, they said, we're going to play the red tees. Perfect. Young dude, he doesn't need to be on the red tees, but he's terrible. He knows he's going to play the red tees. The other 2, they're like, we're thinking about the golds or the whites. I go, whites, done deal, whites. It plays long. He's like, no, we play this far. It plays this. We usually play 65, 68. I'm like, well, it's going to play long from the gold. But, yeah, I mean, if you hit it over 250, if you're under a 7, you can manage that. Oh, yeah, we're good. We can play golds. 18 holes out of the 2 of them, I saw 1 par all day, and there was no birdies. It was brutal. What they need to do on these groups, when you realize people can't play, they need to play scrambles. You want to help pace the play? Make it fun for these groups. Give them something to play for. Play a scramble. But yeah, the whole tee thing, it's gotten out of control with people playing too far back. If you're playing the gold tees at a course like the Wii course, which is a very hard golf, we say the Wii course, but it's the hardest course out here by far. You're playing the gold tees and you make 1 par all day, 0.5 pars if you divide it by the two of them.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing out here? What are we doing? It's ridiculous. It drives
like
me nuts.
I feel like they have to, instead of having colors of tees, change the names.
Change the names.
So don't call it a red tee. You call it
the forward tee.
the Nicholas tees.
Yeah.
Or the Woods tees.
Mm-hmm.
The Schefflers.
The
McIlroys.
The corporate hack tees.
The corporate hack tees. Right. A couple of weeks ago in an episode, Mike, we had a question about how quickly we suss out a player. There was 2 or 3 people who just said, could you expand on that?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Happy to.
I think that we owe it to the listeners to break down exactly, as veteran caddies, how we are working out what kind of player it is and the ability that they have.
Okay, let's start from the top. First things first.
Well, I'm going to start with gender
Okay.
and ethnicity, right?
That factors in for sure.
Now, we live very close to the Silicon Valley.
We do.
So you have a lot of Southeast Asians
Yes.
who, the last time I checked, the top 100 golfers in the world, I didn't see many in there.
What are you trying to say?
I'm trying to say that very much could lean
that
towards
tells you they're poor at golf.
how good or bad they could be. Now, again, listen, I was wrong yesterday about my loop, but these are just little tidbits of what we're looking for.
Yeah, not every shoe fits every golfer, but yeah, I mean, you're making a generalization, but it's not inaccurate.
Old or young.
Old or young, that's part
Now,
of it.
the older players, like you say, they're typically be a little more sage when it comes to, I don't want to stretch it out. Like the young guys are the ones that want to play the tips.
Correct. And these 2 guys yesterday were young and they were terrible. They hit it 210 yards sideways.
So older golfers tend to be a little more wise.
They do.
And they will play to their ability. They don't have an ego. So
Yeah.
that's something that we're looking for. I'd mentioned how they wear their hat.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, Mike, the tag is still in your hat. I can't believe that people wear a hat for a whole round of golf
With the tags
with the tag still on it.
Yeah.
Or they wear it kind of crooked to the side.
Mm-hmm.
It's, as I say, they found it on the bed in their hotel room.
Threw it on.
And it usually, to me, would suggest a corporate event, i.e., the quality of golf is going to be poor.
Is their shirt tucked in? Do they have a belt? What color is the belt?
Do they have a belt? No?
Yeah.
I would also say we're looking for logos.
Yeah, where you played before. Are you wearing logos from 3 different courses? Because that's a no-no. You have 3, or do you have a Pine Valley shirt and then you got your home club? I mean, let's be reasonable. Do you have you have a tailor-made hat with your Pine Valley? Okay, but if you have a Pine Valley shirt and a Seminole hat, it's like, come on, bro.
Well, they're logo hoors, right?
Yeah, they are.
Now, would that suggest better than average golf? Because I would say it would.
It would. It would also suggest a little bit of douchebaggery, but yes.
Well, yes, douchebaggery aside, I would suggest that if I see someone with a bunch of top 50 golf course logos, that they're better than average.
For sure. And all the bag tags that they carry and jingling around. And
they could also suggest, now you can see how much one piece of information that we're processing a lot of information. We're like a computer in a way. Mm-hmm. But that would also suggest that they might play faster, because when you go to these member clubs, you got to play fast, because if you don't play under 4 hours or 4:10,
you get a letter.
Out.
Yeah.
And it would also suggest, like one of the things, by the time we get to the first green, we have already assessed divots, bunkers, pitch marks. If somebody asks you for a pitch mark or just walks right past it,
yeah,
I think they're either a new golfer,
they're clueless,
or they're clueless.
Yeah, most people aren't going to directly ask their caddy to fix their pitch marks. They'll
do it themselves.
Be proactive, and if they don't, we're going to fix them for you. But we can tell where you've been.
It's a badge of honor, right?
It is.
And I would say that when the way someone walks in and out of a bunker will tell me a lot about the ability of a golfer.
Yeah,
I always say this to people: if I see them walk in one way and they try to go the other way. I go, whoa, 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 and they stop.
Yeah.
I says, do you walk in the front door in your house and then jump out the window?
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And they go, no. I says, well, if you go in the front door, come out the front door.
Please.
And if you're jumping at the window, well, it's a whole different scenario.
And grab that rake yourself and get raking.
So we've covered how they're dressed. We're looking for iron covers.
Oh, God. Don't get me started.
Running away. Have they got a swing aid in their bag? One of those big orange ball things.
Oh, God. Orange balls.
We're looking at head covers.
Mm-hmm.
I find that people that have the head cover from the 90s, early 2000s, from the college that they went to, that's raggedy, tend to be good golfers.
True. Very true. Sentimental. They've played a lot. Even if they weren't on the team, they played club sport, or they played in college, and you can tell that they've been around the game.
I had one where it was obviously a head cover from the 90s. The driver head size is changed by how much percentage, right? You're brilliant with numbers, so
at least 68%.
68%. I couldn't get the head cover on or off.
Yeah.
And the guy got so bent out of shape because he couldn't. It was in the basket in the back of the buggy or the cart. Couldn't find it. He was I'm thinking, just go down to UCLA. I'll just go to the website.
Pretty easy.
Get a new head cover.
You know what's uncommon now that was super common, I'd even say like 10, 15 years ago, that you don't see as much, is wear pattern on their irons, because people change irons way too frequently now. Before, the good players, you would see that dime-sized wear mark on the sweet spot because they would hit so many balls. You still get it with guys who play a lot, and they, especially if they hit at the range with like an 8-iron all the time. You see, like, this guy's a player. Mm-hmm. He knows where the center of the club head is. You don't see that too often anymore because people change irons more frequently.
But we're looking for equipment. That's another good point.
Oh, equipment for sure.
The one, do they have a bath towel? One of those big towels of their own.
Mm-hmm.
You'll tend to find, like, say, Tim Fleming from Oklahoma.
Love Tim. Good player.
Has one of those towels in his bag. It's not the one that hangs off the side from a clip. It's the one that's wrapped over. And it means that player is going to take that to the green with him. That suggests to me they're a player. And again, it's not 100%. Mike, how accurate are we with this stuff?
About 86.
86. We're 86% of the time.
It's pretty close. Yeah.
If someone has a large towel draped over their bag as opposed to hanging down, it means they're a player.
But don't take this too literal, because just because you put a bag on your towel doesn't mean you're going to become a player.
Or even a towel on your bag.
Yeah.
Here's another one. Someone asks you for a tee. That tells me that you're garbage.
Yeah, you're terrible.
If you don't have a tee, I would mention about putting the ball, how you tee it in the ground. That's a big giveaway.
Yeah.
But if you're asking us for a tee before you've even teed off, it tells me that you're a 20-plus handicap.
Yep.
Guys that, like, this could be for the boys we had. Robert's sons.
Mm-hmm.
A number of times they would hit it out of play or out of bounds and they say, have you got one in your pocket? No.
Never.
Who doesn't have, like, if you're Scotty Scheffler, you don't need to have a ball in your pocket because you have a caddy.
Yeah.
But if you're a golfer, amateur golfer, and you don't have a spare ball in your pocket, like, I'm sorry, you're a 20 plus.
Come on. Be prepared. You're not good enough to carry one ball.
And one of my favorites here is, and I'd said this before we even get to the first green, we're on the first green and they say, oh, who's got a marker?
Yes.
Like,
happens all the time.
A good player.
Every day almost.
A good golfer is going to have a spare ball in their pocket, a handful of tees, a marker, and a pitch mark repairer. That is it. That's the essential. That's what you get out your bag before you even tee off.
Preparation. Step to the tee.
There you go. I feel as if we've expanded on a number of points there. Like I say, 86% were accurate.
We're not always. We're pretty good at assessing these things.
And with that in mind, we'll go to a short break, and then we'll be back with mailbag questions and some shoutouts. 4! Okay, so we'll move on to some mailbag questions here, Zabbo. If you are a listener, you want to send in any feedback, comments, questions, you can email them podcast@glorifieddonkey.com, or you can go to one of the socials. Just search for Glorified Donkey. You'll find us.
Get on there.
And send us a question or comment, feedback. You can also send us a text. Just look at the notes.
Buy us a bear. I mean, you can do lots of things with this podcast.
There are, exactly. So, first question comes from a Joe V, and he's from Burbank.
California.
That's Southern California, Burbank.
It is.
LA. Los Angeles. Oh, yeah, I'm from Los Angeles. How did you guess?
Hillcrest.
Many empty promises from you guys over the years. Oh, yeah, of course. Southern California. Joe V. Many empty promises from you guys over the years.
He's not wrong. You're not wrong, Joe. There have been.
New theme tune.
I was just thinking that. Actually, we might have developments.
We might have to. We'll mention that potentially at the end. And YouTube videos being two of these things. Well, you know what, Joe V? If you go to the YouTube channel, you'll have noticed there's a lot of recent shorts. So suck it. Have you guys stuck to your New Year's resolutions for 2025?
I don't even know what mine was.
Playing golf.
Oh, no, not even close. I played, my last round was July 31st.
Oh, wow. Well, Joe, you do have a point in some of what you say.
You do have a point, Joe.
Not in all of them. One of the boys that we carried for last week is actually a music producer. And he has offered to do as a new theme tune. So I was thinking
very accomplished musician, Ryan is.
A couple of months before the next season would kick off next year. Could probably make that happen.
Yeah. So listen up, Joe.
Yeah.
A new theme song may be coming. It might not be. It could be another couple years. Who knows?
But also, YouTube videos are different. They're harder to, produce, etc. However, when I did listen to Robert having a go at the boys about their etiquette, and I said, well, they need to learn. I thought, what a great video. The top 5 kind of points for etiquette for new beginners. So I will try over the next couple of months in the down season. So
thanks for your feedback.
Burbank in California.
Joey V.
Over the last few years, I have noticed more and more unreplaced divots, pitch marks, and don't get me started on bad rake jobs in bunkers.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys had the same experience? And if so, what do you attribute this to? And that's from a James Todman in Gainesville. Do you know where that is?
Obviously, Florida.
No.
Gainesville?
Virginia?
Gainesville, Virginia.
Virginia?
Wow. You like saying that, don't you?
I do. There's a reason for that. But, Gainesville, Virginia. So
I mean, it's always been an issue. I don't know if I've noticed more the last few years. I will put this question to you personally on rake jobs.
Mm-hmm.
What's your rake job like on a resort round compared to big tournament, like a professional tournament? Is it different? Is it the same? Or
it's completely different.
Completely different. Mine too. Like 100% totally different. Especially if you think the pros watching, like you really you do your best to rake it perfectly. Not so much. I mean, I try to do a competent rake job, but my rake job is definitely different than it would be in a tournament.
There's so many branches to this. When you watch the caddies, who I'm not going to call them professional caddies.
Yeah.
When you watch the caddies who work for the professional golfers, it's painful to watch them rake in a bunker because they're justifying their existence because they don't do anything else.
Well, that's not entirely true.
Come on, behave yourself. Like they'll take, for the amount of time that it takes everyone to putt in the green, they're still raking the bunker. And
they take their sweet time to try to make it perfect.
So where we live, there's lots of deer, animals, burrow holes, footprints.
Terrible caddies raking before us, yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's some people think that, well, if you end up in a footprint in a bunker, it's a hazard, so that's tough luck. Bad rake jobs, good rake jobs, what does it really matter? I would say that I've noticed a lot, even the caddies. Like I was working, myself and Adam were working behind this old timer yesterday. He's doing a 4 caddy for 4.
Rake job's terrible.
No, it's the greens, it was the pitch marks because the ground's so soft. Mm-hmm. We were repairing 3 and 4 in every single green.
A lot of poor etiquette.
There's a lot of divots. I've noticed. I've actually noticed that people are less and less inclined. If it's confetti, I'll
let it
rarely fill it in. But when it's a big, beaver pellet, like
replace it.
It doesn't have to be your caddy. You can do it. Do it for someone else. Even if you pick it up and replace something still walking forward.
Yeah.
But I would agree. Obviously, what attributes to this is probably the increase in golfers.
You hit that nail on the head there because that's true. I mean, we see the same influx here because it's always slam packed. But I'd say at the local courses, there's been much, much more play. And you're going to see more divots. You're going to see more pitch marks. Maybe not more pitch marks, but more divots for sure.
We probably in a pro-am or something we have, because there's more eyes on you, or
for sure
you perceive that there's more eyes on you. There's so many videos, like people with their phones, or maybe you get caught in telly. Who was the? Did you remember where the caddy gave the girl the wrong club? He gave her a 6 instead of a 9.
Oh, jeez.
Right, caught live on TV. So I wouldn't want to be caught. I think in the past I've seen something where a player complained about the rake job, and then the footage of they went back through to see who it was.
Yeah.
Sometimes the caddy gets named and shamed. So
it's funny. You had kind of an incident like that in a good light for yourself with Anthony during the course of the week. We were talking about that father and 3 sons when he was hitting like a layup or something, and you were like, whoa, what club do you have there? And he had the lob wedge instead of the 7. Normally we see that with our corporate golfers who don't play much because the L and the 7 look similar.
Yeah. That was another thing. That's how we could describe or
there's your
someone's
sign.
ability. Yeah, when they go, what does the L mean? have I got 2 7-irons in this bag? But yeah, no, I would have to agree with you there, James. It's definitely worse than it was 10 years ago, and I think it's because more non-conventional golfers are playing the game. Meaning, it's attracting a different type of golfer, as opposed to you grew up playing with your dad or someone, a family member, mum, granny, whatever, and they'll tell you what the etiquette rules are, what's expected of you. Maybe you grew up through a club, and that's kind of part and parcel. And in Germany, you need to have a license to play.
Really?
Yeah.
Can we institute
in Germany,
that here?
You have to have a license to play golf. Golf spielen mit Bernhard.
Wow.
So I guess they would probably talk about some of the basic rules, and then maybe etiquette as well. So I think in France as well. So anyway, next question is from Susan Palmer, and she is in Manhasset. Do you know where that is?
Manhasset is that Massachusetts?
New York.
Right region.
New York. LIV Golf just announced they will play 72-hole tournaments next year.
That is so funny.
Of course, the usual suspects are bombing it. Please discuss.
The usual suspects are bombing it.
I think McIlroy was mouthing off about it.
Well, it is very funny. I mean, because LIV is the Roman numerals for 54 because it's a 54-hole event. It's no longer. So I rushed to the comments when they announced that because I was going to be the witty guy that says, oh, what are we going to call it that? And found out the Roman numerals were 72. Yeah, everybody was saying it. But it is kind of funny that they've changed their tune. Where is this going to go is a great question. I have no idea where this is going to go.
I'll tell you what. It's the next step towards merging the whole golf world again.
You think?
100%. Because now they can probably get the world order of merit points. And that then, because there's too many good players not playing. All the big players want to play against each other.
Yeah.
At some point. So I think this is just one step closer to that happening. So obviously there's been discussions going on for many years now between all of the powers that be. They're all money. They're all about money.
Yeah.
So what's right for the PGA Tour will be right for LIV Golf and the R&A, and then everybody's going to be happy. So
it's curious.
I think it's one step closer to some sort of merging or some sort of world tour or whatever it's going to be. And I don't know. It's incredible how there's so little dialogue that golfing people find out or hear about.
I haven't heard much chatter lately, so.
But
time will tell. Yeah, well, let's see.
But yeah, I think 72 hole is just going to be one step closer. The usual suspects mouthing off. Well, of course they are. Anyone who's been critical of it is not going to miss an opportunity to stick their beak in. Next question, and Ainsley G. Ainsley, that could be a man or a woman. Ainsley, and that's she or he is from Peoria, whatever that is.
In Peoria, Oregon?
Don't know. There might be a number of them, Zabbo.
Peoria. I've heard of that. Maybe Georgia? Oregon? Georgia?
I never looked myself.
Oh, it's Illinois.
Illinois. There you go. Golf is more popular than ever, and it seems there are more golf courses being built. Technology available to golfers seems to also be at an all-time high. GPS in carts, phone apps, watches, etc. Do you think the demand for caddies will decrease in the future?
I don't. I really thought that was going to be the case because our courses switched to have GPS in all the golf carts, and I thought that would have an impact. Like, guys are really going to be more hesitant because there's GPS everywhere, and I don't think there's anything that's going to slow it down as long as we still can put out quality caddies and we have a good reputation for that. That remains to be seen. I do worry about that. I do worry about, people do have poor caddy experiences other places here, all over the place. And I worry about when they travel to other places, like, oh, maybe I'll forego the caddy because I don't want an experience like I had with old, whoever they had, But
where I grew up, we had weekend golf at Turnberry, and the Troon and the Prestwick caddies, or certainly the Troon caddies, hated it, the Turnberry guys, because the boys would take caddies at Turnberry, have a really bad experience, and then they would cancel. So it does happen.
It does happen.
I remember listening to a caddy when he saw the GPS, and he was like, "Oh no, they're trying to get rid of us." I was just looking at him, going, "How insecure are you about what you do?" Like, that says more about him than it does about the GPS. I thought they brought the GPS in to help us.
Yeah, I kind of use it quite frequently myself now when I have a cart job. Yeah,
I think it's genius. It's a bit like the watches, the Sky Caddy watches, and the best use of those is when you're on a different fairway.
Love my Sky Caddy watch. I've been using it a lot. Although I will say that it gets to be overkill when you have. So there was
too much info.
Three different. Me and my two players, we all had watches on from different brands. He had his Apple Watch. I had the Sky Caddy. The other guy had the Garmin. Then I have my rangefinder that's hooked to my phone that has front edge, back edge. And then I'm like, we have all these numbers. And the guy was like, no, it's 143. But no, I have 136. And I was like, I have the laser. This is what the flag is. This is what the front edge is. At a certain point, we need to not like get together on our numbers. Just listen to what I'm saying, because your watches, some people rely too heavily on their watches, and they take that front edge as absolute truth when, it's not 100% accurate all the time.
Well, yeah, and that was probably in the 16th hole where nobody had made a par at that point. So what does it matter?
Good point. Yeah.
Hit it forward.
Yeah. Just try to get it within 30 yards of anything on your watch and you're going to be okay.
I was talking to Adam about this. There's a couple of gaddies we work with at the course, and they pull out like the pro book. I'm like, okay, so it's 143 to the front edge. It's going to be about 137 to the top edge of the bunker.
142 adjusted.
Pins 152, back edge 161. It's like Johnny Hack just wants to get on with it.
Yeah,
he just started triple, quadruple. I don't think he needs that information.
It's not going to help him.
It's the next one I think though that might be interesting is this whole AI stuff. So you're going to have the phone apps is then going to. I'm going to predict this will happen. Where you have your phone, it's now going to talk you through the hole. Right? So it's going to say, this is the 14th hole at the big course. It's a 36-yard dog leg to the right. You're going to have to hit it towards the chimneys on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
And it's got, but you'll be able to input the distance. It'll know how far you hit the ball. It'll start knowing your game better than you know your game.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen with AI.
Slippery slope. I don't disagree with that, but I think
it'll have your stats, and on the given day, it'll know what the barometer's doing. Because we always laugh and have a joke where someone goes, "Well, it says this on the radar gun," and we're like, the wee course downhill par threes. It's 140. Play at 140. Yeah, well, but it's 15 yards down. Yeah. Does your thing tell you what the wind's doing?
Exactly.
But I tell you what, AI will.
Yeah.
It's gonna start going. The wind is coming in. Play the number. Blah blah blah. I guarantee that's where it's going. Yeah.
Not looking forward to that, but I don't know if it's going to cost us many jobs. Maybe a few, but
it won't cost us jobs. But for maybe newer guys in the future, it's people are becoming so dependent. Look at this. People get this. People get fast food delivered to their house.
They do.
So it's laziness. So I don't know. Maybe the caddying world is a bit different. But anyway, last question comes from our Fraser Gregg, and he's in Calgary. Do you know where that is?
Of course. Alberta, Canada.
Well done. As a relatively new golfer, I struggle with the short game. And that wouldn't just be new golfers.
And you're looking for Zabbo's help, aren't you? I got you covered.
Please explain your thought process on how you decide what club to use inside of 60 yards. I feel like I am hemorrhaging shots every time I play.
Well, lots dependent on the lie. Are you in the fairway? Are you in the rough? Do you need to hit it low? Do you need it high? Is it super windy? Is it behind your back? Is it in your face? You don't want to flight it too high with the 60 if it's in your face from 55, 60 yards. You want to drive a little lower. Is it back in your stance if you want to hit it lower? Swinging right if you want to hit it lower? Front of your stance, swinging left if you want to hit it higher? There's lots of factors that go in. The key is to get the muscle memory and to know how to hit the high shot, how to hit the low shot, where to play it in your stance. Get out there and put it in practice. You got to practice all those shots. Then you will get more comfortable as you get in those situations on the course.
There's a lot of players that used one wedge for all those shots, though. Mm-hmm. They just manipulate it. I can't remember who I had in this past couple of weeks, and they said, how am I going to improve? As he says, go to the range with one club. Just go with one club. Go with your 50-60 degree and just play all sorts of different shots.
Yeah.
As caddies, people will ask us all the time, where should I land it? I'm like, well, I don't know where you're going.
Yeah, how high you're going to hit it? Are you going to spin it? Yeah.
Trajectory is so huge. Is the ball going to be rolling forward? Is it going to be kind of spinning back the way? But the only way you can really know is to go out and just take one club. Don't just take one wedge and hit 100 balls different ways. And that would be, I think, and just knowing, being clear and concise of what shot you want to put. Are you going to play a pitch and run? Are you going to try and play it high?
Yeah.
And try different areas. I've been trying to get people to play bunker shots off the back foot. It's
Really?
I'm watching people lean forward on the left foot, and then
that's my technique. But yeah, you can dig in easier if it's off the back foot.
It looks so uncomfortable. And I like people playing it off the back foot, opening their body up at like a 45-degree angle. Mm-hmm. And then I explain to them that it's like you're hitting a slice shot in ping pong.
Correct.
And it doesn't work every time. It's about 78.3%.
My technique's about 87%, so you're slacking.
Yeah, no, when you've played the game all your life, you just, and especially as caddies, we've talked about this, you become a better player. Mm-hmm. Technically, maybe not in theory. Yeah. Sorry, not in practice. But
you're right. Like if you go to the range with one club, and I haven't practiced in a long time, I haven't played in a long time. But recently I was practicing a whole bunch, wasn't playing. But when I do put on the AirPods and I sit at the chipping range just with my 56 and I try to hit different trajectories. Once you hit so many balls and you do it consistently, you know exactly the swing that's going to make it go high, the swing that's going to make it go low, the swing that's going to make it spin when you're in the fairway. Like you get a feel for those shots. Mm-hmm. Like you said, you got to work it out on your own. Go to the range and really spend some time there and figure it out.
Next time you go and play at 18, don't go and play 18. Go for 4 hours with your wedges. And practice from 60 yards and then go around the green. It'll be incredible. Like that's what we used to do growing up. You
get better.
You couldn't drive, so you're waiting for a bus or you're waiting for your mum or someone to come and pick you up from the golf course. So you had 3 hours to kill.
Yeah,
just go and hit shot after shot after shot, and you
might
become
as well.
Really good.
Yeah.
So, anyway, that's the end of our mailbag questions. Moving on to shoutouts, Mike. I'm going to go first.
Okay.
So first of all, if you want to support us, you can support Good Boy Golf. If you go to goodboygolf.com, Donkey25, you'll get 25% off of any purchases on goodboygolf.com. Really good stuff there, folks.
Check it out.
Rich Beam, he might come on a podcast in the next couple of weeks.
Beamer?
He called me and he just to talk about previous couple of episodes. He's back listening and enjoying it, and he'll be out here in a couple of weeks' time. Also, I have to call out Chang.
What did Chang do now?
So, Chang's not shy of a couple of quid.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm aware.
Right?
Yeah.
And he texted me asking if I knew anyone in Las Vegas because he was heading out. And I went, sure. We know a listener. He's called Tom Fisher. And he works at Pauiti, Vegas, Las Vegas. Paiute. Paiute,
Yeah.
something like that. So he literally says, can you get us free golf, me and my friends? Shocking. Like the
That's
backbone.
Wow.
Just straight out the bat. Boom. Here. Can you give us free golf or discounted? He went with, free first, I'm just like,
although,
shocking.
if you remember our text back and forth when we were talking about golf out here, he was kind of hitting at the same thing.
Well, that was true as well.
Yeah, true. Cut from the same club there. I'm sure
So,
Cho was with him.
Tom, thank you for your hospitality. I made sure that Chang was
Paid
taking
double.
goodies, or I told him you should just charge him more for,
On principle.
yeah, the backbone on it. We have a Hunt Gilliland, and he is enjoying the podcast from Council Fire Golf Club in Nashville, Tennessee.
Awesome.
And he bought some beers. So thank you,
Thank
Hunt.
you,
He's
Hunt.
going to be out here in January. So look
Nice.
forward to seeing you then, Hunt. And then, I just have to say hello to the Ryan, Anthony, and Drew.
Gotta shout them out. What about Robert? You're not gonna shout out Robert?
Robert's not going to listen.
That's true.
He did once say, he says, I'll come on your podcast. And I'm like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm sure
what,
you would.
What are you going to talk about?
Yeah.
But yeah, who you got?
Ryan would for sure. I just got one shout out that I got to shout out two people. So if you remember, I had mentioned that loop that I had, and the guy, it was pretty funny because he was holding out money at the end. He's like, you can come with me tomorrow. And then he kept peeling off money until I was like, okay, you're good. But I got to shout out my good friends, Brad and Nancy Severson. Great people. It was 4 days with them. We had so much fun. You meet somebody sometimes and you hit it off right away. And that was myself with them. And they were playing a fourth round at the wee course, the one that not many caddies caddy at. And I was like, well, you don't really need a caddy there, but if you want to take me, I'll be happy to go. And they were like, yeah, let's do it. Last day there. And it was a lot of fun. Brad and Nancy, love you. Looking forward to seeing you again. I know you're going to be podcast listeners. I know you already said you were listening to the podcast. So
Beautiful. Excellent. Well, listen, that brings us to the end of another episode 165. If you're new, get back and listen to the old catalogue.
Mm-hmm.
Mike, thank you for your time. I think you're heading to the East Coast for a couple of weeks or so.
I am, yes. Headed out shortly.
Yeah, safe journey out there.
Thank you.
And I'll be back, I think, maybe without Mike. Short Game Chef, I think the next one in 2 weeks' time.
You can FaceTime me in if you need a little pointers
there
on
you
short
go.
game. Yeah.
if you, I'll ask him if he wants you to maybe join the academy.
Yeah, there you go.
But safe journey. We'll see you in a few weeks. To the listeners, thanks for your support. Get out, enjoy your golf, but more importantly,
Keep it humble.